I've talked a lot. I suppose I would do that because it's my show. Hi ladies, my name's Benita. My site's benitafrench.com, and this is a very totally impromptu, unplanned, spontaneous, so spontaneous that even I had no idea it was going to happen, neither did my ACES man of the universe, which is sitting right there, helping me put all this together. This is going to turn into a show. It's going to turn into a live show where I'll be pretty much focusing on relationships and how to heal your whole relationship thinking. So if you're single, if you're recovering from a relationship, if you're in one that's really good but you want to make it better, or there's been some sort of breakdown or what have you. And when women come and see me, I do things with their birth chart, with with the man in their life or the potential man, their birthday. I use cards, I use crystals, as in which crystals might be better for the woman who needs help. I only help women. I only counsel and coach women and give healing sessions to women. And it's really weird. Can I just say it's really weird talking to a dot and knowing that, only mentally knowing that there's something on the other side of that and that I'm looking at you. So I have to say how weird it is, because it's just too weird. Because you look at the camera when someone takes a photograph and it's only for a few seconds, then you look away and you get on with your life. But this is just a whole other thing. I've been hesitating doing this show for about 2 years because, well, it could be thinner, or my skin could be better, or whatever other problems I have with my appearance that I shouldn't have, or every woman does have them. But anyway, these are the things that have stopped me from having a show. So, and I have to keep looking at the camera and smiling, which is also really weird. So, yeah, I'll just do my best. So say you're coming to see me. Yes, Jades? Oh, so that's what I call mine. ACES man. Anyway, you'll see me sort of maybe talking to him later, but this show will eventually have a lot more structure, and maybe Jades and I will be making some jokes at some point. Yes?
I think you should do a neuro reading.
Oh, okay. All right. So, so if you're going to come and see me, I usually recommend a 2-hour session first up, generally because people have a lot more to unload than they realise, and then we can follow up with phone or Skype sessions where the healing or the reading or the counselling can be all done without an in-person visit. So if you were coming to see me and you gave me someone's, how's this going to work out? You gave me someone's birthday. So this is someone I already know. This other one. Ooh, it's a double thing. Yeah, so say you're coming to see me, I would look immediately at the person's birthday. So just pretend that this is a man in your life. And I would immediately look at their birthday, and I would look at your birthday. So how the birthdays match together, the problems that you're likely to experience from the man in your life based on his numbers. Yes, I'm a reader, but it's a way of me using the numbers to help you. It's all to help you. It's to help you feel calmer. It's to help you feel that you can be more confident in yourself. The numbers are about like a translation of the best ways, or a translation of a person's energy, because ultimately you want to finish the session feeling like, oh, okay, I know what to do now with this person or with myself or what have you. So this can be your birthday or someone else's birthday. So imagine that I am doing that. 1st of the 1st, 1968. Okay, so this is just a very quick numerology lesson. You don't have to remember it. The date someone's born on, this person's born on the 1st. When they turn 1, they get another 1. So that's that one there. All these numbers add up to 24, 9. 24, is that right? Yeah. Oh, 67. What am I doing? Jades. There, that's right. Sorry about that. This is what happens when you have a live show that you've never done in the whole entire history of my life anyway. So the numbers add up to, I already know, I knew something was wrong, 32. So 3 plus 2 is 5. Again, you don't have to remember this, but say, for example, you were with this person. Something small. No, like a, I'll just, no. Hello to the one person watching. I wonder who it is. Thank you. So imagine that 5 isn't there because that person doesn't get a 5 until they're 32. Obviously, a person born in 1967, they're not going to be new to their 5. So they would have had some practice with their 5 already. But say, for example, we'll call this a man, given that it is a man. And say you're in a relationship with this person and this 5 isn't there yet. I'm not trying to be rude there. Use that finger. You'll be trying to communicate with this side of himself or with this side of himself. So when he stops communicating or when he stops remembering things that you've told him, or when you feel like, oh yeah, he's changing for the better, and then something suddenly stops, it's because his numbers aren't connected. This 5 isn't there. He's got this side of himself and he's got this other side of himself. So people have all sorts of different, they've got all sorts of different splits in their chart. Another man's birthday. Oops. What was it? 19, I think that was it. Okay, so I'm just adding up here. I had to look down for a minute. Oh yeah, that's right. So someone born on the 6th of November 1970, this is another man I was researching today for my own purposes. Everything so I can practice. I haven't yet had permission to talk about a man's birthday from a client because this is also impromptu. So it happens to be a movie star. Anyway, so all their numbers add up to 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. So they get another 7 at 25, which means that the person that they're in a relationship with is dealing with 3 different people in a way. So they've got this creative part of them up here, a kind of secretive, defensive, also very caring part of them over here, and this person who seems to be very fixed on their opinion. So someone in a relationship with this person is going to be having some challenges, wondering how to get this person listening to them when they're fond of their own opinions, or if the person's in another mood, which they will go between moods because it's like there's 3 different sides of them, literally. A woman is going to feel like they can't win a fight with this person, or they can't win an argument because the man's being too defensive. So there's so many different ways that you can understand a man through his numbers and understand yourself through your own numbers. these happen to be men, so I need to interpret the chart as though you were in a relationship with that man. But if it was a woman and I was talking about a woman's birthday, what's a woman's birthday? Oh, I was just working on someone. Hello to the 3 people watching. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is another movie star. What is it? Okay. I'm just working with movie stars, it's quicker. Pretty much anyone I watch on TV, I get their numbers straight away. And then I work out what I'm watching, what parts of the person is being expressed in the role. Or anyway, getting back to the relationship purpose of numerology. So 1970. Okay. So the person turns 7, the woman turns 7, she gets another 7. Is it a 10? I have to add up, hang on. 17. Oh, it's 27. Okay, 9. Okay, so all these numbers add up to 27. 2 plus 7 is 9. So if this was you, as an example, you would have these sides of yourself. And if you came to me and you said, oh, Benita, I'm feeling really frustrated about, I don't know what to do. Part of me wants to do that. Part of me wants to do something else. The other part of me wants to have some other great idea. The other part of me doesn't want to do anything. And I'd say, well, look, the proof is here that you're struggling with yourself because of these different sides of you. So it's like if you can understand who you are and what you're like based on your numbers. I'm not saying this defines you or anything, but it gives a very deep insight into a man or a woman. It's my way of explaining why you're having the conflicts in yourself that you are. If this was you and you'd say, I'm feeling really creative, but then I can't stick to it because the 3 is over there by itself. It's not connected with the rest of the chart. If you said to me, Benita, I feel very isolated and very, very alone, I'd say, well, that's because your 9s are over here and they're not connected with anything else. If you said to me, Benita, I'm feeling like I want to be very physically active, but then I just stop and do nothing, become a blob, then I would say, well, it's because of these 7s here. And then if you said, assuming you're this honest with me, of course, because people aren't normally, people aren't normally honest straight up. Some people are, some of my clients are, others, they kind of open up over time because they're not used to trusting people. So, and if you said to me, oh, Benita, I just seem to follow the crowd, or I just do whatever other people are doing, or I don't believe in myself, I just like change my mind all the time, it's because of this 1 over here. So it's a way of you understanding yourself through your numbers. And if this was a man, I would interpret this chart completely differently because men are very, because this show is for women, and if you're a man, you might be an exceptional man to understand this. Generally, men are not as aware, they're not as fast in their head with their emotions and juggling things. Generally, men are more selfish, and generally men are more scared. So if I was going to interpret this chart, if it was a woman, there would naturally be a more positive spin on it. Not because I'm sexist or anything, but in all of my years of experience, I've been doing numerology since I was 5. In all of my years of experience, thousands of charts that I've done, Knowing the difference between a man's and a woman's chart, there is a lot of difference. And women express sevens differently to men. Women are more nurturing, men are more selfish. A woman is more likely to rely on herself. A man would just, if he had a couple of nines like this, a man would just kind of close up and like, oh, I don't want to talk to anyone. You wouldn't get to know him as much. So, I mean, that's just some quick differences, but I have to go soon, not super soon. How long have we been going for?
15 minutes.
Is that all?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We can wrap it up. It's only a test.
Oh, yeah, it's only a test. Yeah, see, when I look at myself over here, I think, oh, there's all these things in my head. Like, this is all the reasons why I've had delays with this video, and also maybe why you've had delays in your life, because you'd say, okay, I can't do that until I lose 10 kilos. Or, oh no, I can't go out with that guy because my skin isn't perfect. Or, you know, everyone has those things. And, you know, gradually this program will improve. I will improve. Gradually you will improve. Gradually things will get better if you stick to it. So the other thing I wanted to mention about numerology, it happens to be the flavour of today's live show, is that while I read your chart will be different to someone else, who will be different to someone else, depending on how they were raised and the country and the socioeconomic circumstances they grew up in. It has an enormous impact on a set of numbers. So there are very close links with numerology and astrology in terms of what clients have told me about their astrology chart. Oh, Benita, you've just summed up my astrology chart with my birth date, with numbers, but without the 20 hours of research that goes into an astrology chart. So numerology is a lot quicker. I think I was saying something about I read your energy through your numbers. So there could be two women who have the same numbers sitting in front of me, but they were raised differently. And I'm going to see, yes, this person, I'll feel much more about their sevens with person A than with person B. With person B, I might feel a lot more about their three. It really depends on where you're at with your beliefs in yourself. Since we've got time, how much time have we got?
It's 6:05.
I'm not used to my hair. I have to say all these things because I'm just thinking them. And you probably don't care, but I'm not convinced about my hair being on the side. For anyone who's ever had wedding photos done, you'll know how stressed you get about your hair looking just right. So I thought I'd better not fiddle too long with my hair, otherwise I'll be waiting another 2 years to do this video. So if you were coming to see me, or if it was on the phone, I do stress that I do not do fortune telling. Benita, can you tell me everything will be all right? Just tell me things will get better. I'll wake up one morning and my perfect man will be at my doorstep. That is possible, but the work that you put into your life is what's going to make that result happen. Like, for example, on my homepage on my site, I've got written stuff about how I've come together with my fantastic man sitting over there. I did affirmations for years. I worked on myself with healing in so many different ways. I did meditation, I did visualizations, I healed a lot of my parental conditioning, which most people don't want to think about. My parents are perfect, my family is great. Let's not talk about all the problems that they have, because maybe that's why my relationship's shit. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so I see something else I'm not used to, swearing or not swearing on videos. We all say that word at times. Yeah, so I don't do fortune telling. Sometimes I can see if someone's having a baby soon, if there's a new relationship coming, if there's going to be a pay rise, if that can happen as part of a session, as part of a healing session. People have come to me for completely different things, like, oh, my work's really horrible, and I'm really stressed about my work, and it's still really weird looking at a dot over there. I just can't get over it. I know you don't care. Anyway. And I know you don't care that I'm nervous, but, so you could come to me, or remembering something that did happen with a client, you came to me about some stressful work situation. I didn't know that there was an anniversary of her best friend's death just a few days ago. And we were in a healing session, and her best friend was in the healing session. And I started to describe her and everything, but she wanted to talk about work. So this is how you can be fixed on wanting to know something, like, tell me when I'm going to meet my man, tell me, I need the year, or something, or tell me what he looks like, or how long do I have to wait? It's like, it's not about that. It could be that you need to move out of home before your man comes along, or it could be that you need to change your job before your man comes along, or it could be that you need to get fit and healthy before your man comes along. Not because necessarily I say so, but because you've got ideas in your head about what you think is possible for your life, as well as whatever I pick up. So say, for example, okay, let's do, for all the people watching, how many people out there?
3 people watching.
Hello, 3 people. It's very special. It's very special, brand new first session. I hope I'm making sense. And I very much appreciate you tuning in. Right, so this will be a reading for me, for my man, and for you 3 listening, and I'll pull out a card. How can I do this without seeing? I know, I'll do it under the table. So this is a reading for everyone today, including me. Right, okay, so I'll put this over here. That's very interesting. And that theme has come up with a few clients this week already. So this, huh? Oh yeah, sorry. So these are all the things I'm learning. The 5 of Cups. This is generally about feeling that if you want to move on with something in your life, that you have to let go of something else. What you feel you need to let go of, what you have to let go of, are people, more so people than things. People you cared about deeply. And that there's this little river here. Sorry, I'm looking down. See, when I'm doing a reading for someone and they're in front of me, or I'm on the phone, I'm talking to the phone or to the mobile, or I'm talking to the person in front of me. So to sort of think about looking at the camera and looking at the card is all very much a juggling act. If you ever do a YouTube channel yourself one day, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. I've got this renewed interest and appreciation and admiration for everyone who's in front of the camera. It is difficult, right? Getting back to the card. If you want to move on, there's a feeling of having to let go. Letting go of relationships in your family. Letting go of relationships with friends or with exes, maybe a current relationship. I'm trying to be broad so I can cover things for everybody. There can be a sense of missing someone that you feel may never come to pass, like it's just too bad that we miss them. It's just, can't do anything about it. There's a grief in this card that needs to be eventually transformed, where instead of the energy going into grief, it needs to be transformed into creativity. So if I was going to relate this to myself, over the years I've separated from a lot of people, pretty much everyone that I knew 3 to 6 years ago, I don't know anymore. They weren't healthy for me, and that was a very sad process for me, but it was a very positive one. So if you're going through this yourself, then you need to focus on these 2 cups, which this person here isn't interested in doing. So there'll be a part of you that will feel, no, I can't move on. I can't do this. It will never happen. I will never get past a certain point. If by chance that this is related to things or a project or a path, then this would be about needing to let go of who you were when you were doing that project or when you were on that path with a job, with a hobby, with some kind of lifestyle. I need to let go of who I was, not really happy to let go. People normally aren't. Most people don't want to let go. Eventually this person will turn and look at these cups, and a few cups down the track, I have to think, 7 cups, can't remember 7, 8, no. A few cups down the track, so this is 5 of cups, at 9 of cups, from what springs to mind now. In a few stages time, whatever amount of time that is for you, you will be feeling a lot happier in your life. You'll feel like, oh, okay, good, I can do this, I can move forward, I don't need to be disappointed in myself. In terms of how much I've gone on about me feeling weird, which I know you're not interested in, but me feeling weird about how I look, and this is my first show, and maybe being disappointed that it's not more perfect or whatever. If I was going to relate this to myself, it would be me feeling like I should be better than I am doing something for the first time, which is ridiculous. And we all have this expectation of ourselves if we're going to try a new situation with a person, with a thing, with an interest. It's like, oh, well, I should just know better. I should just do a better job. It's not the case. It is what it is. Like, today's session is what it is, and I'm so glad that I didn't tell myself or tell my man, right, we're going to start on this date at this time, because, you know, I probably wouldn't have slept all night. I probably wouldn't have eaten for a day or 2 before that, because I would have been so nervous. So the healing aspect of this card would be, sometimes you need to jump into something just to distract yourself from this, because this is an all-consuming feeling in this card. And that eventually, let's focus on the card. Eventually, things will change. So potentially in future shows, I'll do a 1-card reading for whoever wants to ask for it, and I'll try and relate it to what the person's going through, so I'll need a little bit of background information. And crystals, like, there's a lot of different energy in crystals, things that would be very appropriate to facilitate what you're going through now. So you don't have to remember these names, but that's, oh yeah, you can see it, that's right. That's hemimorphite. It's good to help you feel free emotionally. This is pink calcite. It's good to help you feel loved, pretty much. That's the summary. And it does other things, but this is just a very quick summary. And green calcite to help you feel like you can spread out and just be who you are. There are so many different, I mean, I've got about, I don't know, maybe 1,000 in my collection. I think 1,000, yeah. I got about 1,000 in my collection. 250 I wear, the other 750 are spread around the house. I never have enough room for them. Every crystal has a different feeling and a different purpose. And when I say I'm not a reader only, or I'm not just a tarot reader, I'm not just a crystal healing reader or what have you, or I'm not just a kinesiology healer, or I'm not just, they're these boxes. I have a problem with boxes. Some people don't have a good opinion about spiritual, alternative, psychic things. And I don't adhere to those opinions because when someone comes to see me or in a session, Benita, can you tell me how to improve my life? I can tell you a million things that you can do to improve your life. Oh, but Benita, can you tell me magically that things will be okay in a week because my life's crap? I can't tell you that because I'm not one of these people who will just brush over everything and go, yeah, no worries, just something to make you happy, go away and, just believe that things will work out. Those people give people like me a bad name. It's like when, someone has a healing, they come and have a spiritual healing session or a kinesiology healing session with me and they don't feel good afterwards. They feel sick. Oh, that healing didn't work, so it didn't do anything. But if you're going to judge it with another box in your head, it's not going to make sense because, well, technically you should be feeling better after being treated. But what if there's been energetic vomit in you for 5 years, 20 years, and then the healing brings it all to the surface and then you feel yucky? Maybe you are sick for a few days. But then after that period has passed, you feel so much better. And this is this long-term opinion that people need with healing and things like the tarot and crystals. It's not just, bang, tell me how it is, right, that's my card to last me the whole year. That's all I need, thanks, bye. It's like saying, I'll have 8 glasses of water in one day and that will be enough to last me the rest of the week. Or I'll just have green vegetables one day in the year and that should be enough. It's like, no, you need to do things to maintain where you want to be at. So that's what I'm here for. I've talked a lot. I suppose I would do that because it's my show. So it's all very odd, still very odd since I stopped talking. What's the time, please? Thanks.
Let's give that.
Oh.
6:20.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Oh. I have to go. I've got a client. Oh, my gosh. Thanks for watching. To those people who have tuned in, and I think one of them I already know. Thank you very much for joining me on this very special day. Please like and follow me on Facebook. I would love that. And I hope I've helped you today, and I better rush off now. Bye. I haven't got an exit music thing. I have to go now. Bye.